And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, we're back. Today's date is September 26, 2022. We are officially in hashtag beat the heck out of Mississippi State week, okay? Those Cowbells can't get here quick enough because I'm ready for the Aggies to go out there and just silence them all, okay? So this is another team that we owe. We owe them an ass whoop. All right, I'm just saying bluntly and clear as possible. We owe them an ass whoop. This the next team up. This will be very hard, very hard to do without this man here. And prayers to him. I pray that he gets a speedy recovery. Anaya Smith. From what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing from some pretty good intel out there in College Station, is that I believe it's either a high ankle sprain or it's a broken fibula. I believe it's a broken fibula. He should have been flown out to Alabama on yesterday, and I believe that he has hooked up with the same medical with the same surgeon that worked on Tua as well out there in Alabama. So I pray the young man gets a speedy recovery. I really hate that he went through that injury, man, and that's going to impact a whole lot. That's going to impact the locker room. It's going to impact Jimbo Fisher, and it's going to impact a really big game plan going forward, man, because he was essentially a part of that entire offensive game plan that Jimbo Fisher liked to run. So now this is the week and going forward, we're going to be able to see why Jimbo Fisher went out and got all of these highly rated 4 and 5 star wide receivers, man. I'm sorry. Like now it's the time to see. Chase Lane is still out there. Jalen Preston is still out there. Those are the two veterans on the squad. But after that, man, nobody really has that much game experience. Evan and Chris Marshall and Moose Muhammad, a lot of those guys, they're working through it. But man, we're really going to see what this wide receiver core is really made of going forward. And it starts in Starkville on Saturday. So that game will be played at 3 o'clock. Like I say, out there in Starkville, Mississippi. And it should be a good one. It should be a darn good one. So what's the preview? Offense versus defense. What's tripping me out about Mississippi State is this here. And I'm going to talk about our offense in a minute, because everybody knows where our offensive ranks, okay? But Mississippi State is the surprising factor. I think a lot of people did not know that Mississippi State ranks number 67 in total offense. If you would have told me that, I would have looked at you crazy. I know offense is about balance, so eventually you do have to get a balanced game in there. But for Mississippi State to be ranked number 67 in total offense is a shocker to me. I'd say really big shocker to me. I, for one, thought Mike Leach had a way better offense than that. And don't get me wrong, man, it's only been, we're going into game number 5 now. But I would have expected Mike Leach to have a way better offense than that. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm feeling pretty good about going in and facing this offense. Because last week we faced Arkansas, which was by far one of the most difficult tests for that defense. That was very difficult. Arkansas is going to be a really good football team, man. All right, so let's go ahead and be good. Let's go ahead and be real on that. Arkansas is going to be a damn good football team. Man, Sam Pittman is going to be a really good head coach. I do not like what I'm seeing now, though, because people are trying to say that Sam Pittman is better than Jimbo Fisher, which is just blasphemy to me. But Sam Pittman is going to be a good head coach, and this football team is going to be very good up on this tenure. But that offense was one of our very, very first tests, and we passed it. The defense passed it. Now I know they gave up a couple of big pass plays back there that they haven't given up all season, but I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. If you wanted it to happen, you wanted it to happen against Arkansas. The problem is that KJ Jefferson is dynamic, and we did not let KJ Jefferson put up 220 yards on us again. We didn't let him do the same thing again. All right, and that was the difference maker. He put up over 100 rushing yards. I will give him that. But we also held Raheem Sanders over there. We held him in check. He only had 68 rushing yards. The defense passed the test. They gave up a lot of yards. Don't get me wrong, but they still have not given up many points. The scoring defense is still there, and they thrive off that. That passing defense has gotten way better than what I've ever seen that passing defense in all of my time of watching Texas A&M football. All right, now the three-man front, does it have to go against Mississippi State? You got to get that out of there. But if you're going to run that three-man front, I'm going to tell you like this here. You better put some of the best 3D linemen out there, because Will Rogers will make you pay for that. We seen that last year, and we still didn't give up that many points, but he made us pay for that 3-down line. He made us pay big time. I do not want to see that, okay? So, once again, Mississippi State offensive ranking is number 67. The only threat on that team, and he doesn't play on defense, he plays on offense. The only real threat on that team is Will Rogers. I know they have a couple of receivers. I cannot name one of them, though, but I know they have a couple of receivers over there. But the number one threat is Will Rogers. Shut him down. Make Will Rogers beat you just like he did last year. I'm going to say the same thing again. Make Will Rogers beat you. If he cannot beat you, well, nothing said. That's that. Okay? So, Texas A&M total offense. Number 108 in the country. Guys, it's getting better. I know it only ticked up a couple of spots. A lot of people going to laugh. Guys, it is getting better, though. I've seen a lot of positive things in this offense. I seen Max Johnson throwing the football deep. He just couldn't connect. Moose Muhammad hadn't been out there for long. I'm sorry, he just couldn't connect with him. He connected with Evan. Evan got a big game, had to bring it back. Once again, Moose has not been out there for a very long time. Next week, he gets to redeem himself and come out a whole lot better. I look for Moose Muhammad to be the impact player of the next game. I honestly do. I look for Evan to continue to do what he's going to do, but Evan is going to get more catches. He's going to get involved more. I'm at the fine line and the point in the believance that we have a game manager. That's all Max Johnson is right now for us. He is a game manager. I'm not mad at that. He knows how to not turn the ball over, and he's very consistent with what he's doing. He's only put up about 50% passing completion percentage. That's fine, but he's a game manager. Max was the reason why. Max is sort of the reason to why we did win a game, but A-Chain is the real reason. All right, I believe A-Chain will feel it again. He's now had his breakout game. That was his coming out party. Now it's time to go to work. I have no doubt about it in my mind that now he's going to go to work. Okay, he is going to go to work. All right. I see somebody talking about, no, Moose catches the ball. He ain't no game manager. Yeah, I wasn't talking about Moose. I was talking about Max Johnson. I didn't say Moose was a game manager. I said Max Johnson. So Max will continue to be a game manager, and he will continue to go down the field. The defense. All right. So the defense. So what defenses are these teams going up against? All right. So I said Mississippi State is number 67 ranked offense. So far as the defensive side is concerned, Texas A&M, they've moved them down to number 40 now. So Texas A&M is 40th They have the 40th ranked defense as of right now. So now I'm gonna have to go and relook at some things. So they have the 40th ranked defense right now. I believe this has all been updated. And Mississippi State, come on now. I know Mississippi State's in here. Mississippi State may be in the top 30s. I don't want to go too far with that though. Yes, Mississippi State is number 33 in total defense. However, Mississippi State has given up 11 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Texas A&M has given up 5. 330 yards per game. Mississippi State is giving up 319 per game. That's fine. That's no worries with me. There's no worries at all. I don't have a problem with that, okay? I do not have a problem. Once again, I believe Max Johnson will be a game manager in this game as well. He has shown that he can go up there and beat Mississippi State in Starkville. I believe they won that game, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Donovan Green. Shout out to Dominic Green. Donovan Green is now starting to emerge as that true threat at the tight end position. I believe that's his position to lose now. He is starting to emerge. He is starting to emerge. All right, Mississippi State is number 56 in total offense. So they've moved up a notch. Please forgive me on that. So Mississippi State is number 56. Meanwhile, Texas A&M is number 107 now. So now we moved up to number 107. We got a little bit of running game going. I think that'll let us continue to go for a little bit more, okay? But the total defenses, like I say, I believe A&M's defense will have a hold in this game. But the reason why they're giving Mississippi State the 2-point edge right there is because of the simple fact that on paper, Mississippi State looks like the better team. All right, who has the better players? This is the college team talent right now. Mississippi State has a 29th ranked college team talent. 23 4-stars, 52 3-stars. A&M, of course, is number 4. Once again, that doesn't mean a flip because App State came there and beat us. I know that part. But the more this season goes on, the more A&M starts to show the talent that they have on hand. All right, so that's all I'm going to say for that. I'll be back on tomorrow with a little bit more. I love all of you guys. #GigaMax.